Hey everybody, JB back with you once again for another episode of Let's Play JoshL6. We are currently 1/3 of the way done with the set, and we are on level 51. You can't handle the ice! And I completely forgot to upload an episode on Wednesday. I was even going on about the schedule and everything a few episodes ago, and I completely forgot to adhere to it this week. So I'm going to upload an episode today on Saturday, and hopefully make up for that. And then next week we'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I turned the sound way down, by the way, just because I've noticed it can be a little loud when watching the videos if you turn my voice up, and I'm trying to avoid that. I don't know why, but for some reason my voice is not being picked up that well, and I've tried different mics, by the way. It's really weird. It's like only if I use the internal mic for the laptop that it actually seems to pick up my voice normally, but the internal mic is really awful, so it's I don't know, it's a weird trade-off. Anyway, this level is based on circles from CCLP1 with these 2x2 wall blocks here. And like you saw there, we had to collect all the chips by roaming freely around the level, and now we're going through a maze and not getting our boots stolen, so that's pretty cool. I really like this use of this wall pattern, if you could call it much of a wall pattern, because it's very open. I did something very different where I made, in Walls of CCLP1, a level called, what was it? It was called Color Wheel 2, the actual wheel part, where the original color wheel was, well, it was a bunch of stuff, you know, the level from CCLP3, and not really in a wheel shape, so I figured, oh, why not make like a circular level that has this idea of different color sections. And it was a neat concept, but I don't know, I kind of thought that maybe it could have been a little better, and maybe some of the sections could have been more interesting, and I like the fact that this has more of a singular idea going on, so... Anyway, we're moving on to Fool's Gold. Don't be a fool by grabbing all the gold. Alright, well, I will try not to. So this is, as far as I can tell, one of those abstinence kind of levels, as I call them, where you basically have to be very careful about where you go and stuff. And as far as I know, you have to get all the chips at least, so... Okay, I need a block for this. I remember this was like a part of a time trial, I think. I could be misremembering that, though. Okay, where do I get a block for that? Up here? No. Not up here. Oh, here. Down here. Okay. I keep thinking that I need to be careful about the... like, pushing blocks on yellow keys. That's only on links, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Alright, I'm just getting rid of some keys. I like how there's recessed walls. That kind of makes it a little more interesting. Alright, let's just try that. The good news is I can go back if I need to. Okay, so I need to go back anyway. Let's do that, because I'm going to have to come back anyway, so... Don't tell me I've already screwed this up. Oh no. No. All these are behind keys. I don't like that. Oh, here we go. No? Come on. This one? No? Ah, that's really frustrating. I thought this was going to be pretty open-ended, which it is, but this is a little stricter than I was imagining. That's pretty cool, actually. Okay, so we've lost. Let's try that again. Okay, the good news is, at the very least, we know what the layout is for the most part, so I'm a little less worried about this now. Okay, so let's try not to pick up a ton of them. There we go. I'm just trying to avoid what happened before, basically. Okay. Yeah, the recessed walls add some very interesting dimension to this, I think. And I'm trying to... Okay, so now we have... We're pretty much where we want to be at this point. Okay, so now we're out. Okay, so let's go back here. I have a feeling that this should be enough. Okay, good. Okay, so I just need 2 more here. Okay, that's really not that hard. I was just being very wasteful and not thinking very clearly about the level when I first played it. Okay, second time's the charm. That was a fun level. I mean, I can see why it's more like a time trial kind of level, just based on the concept. And I really liked it. It's not a level that I would probably vote for an official set, but I do like what it did. I think Holiday Trail was the one I still like in terms of collecting a bunch of stuff. Ooh, Asphalt Lime. Okay, so I actually got something interesting to talk about with this one. All chips are required. So this is, if I remember correctly, this is one of the first Walls of levels that came out. And one of the first, I should say, might be a little bit subjective here. But this is the Walls of I keep wanting to say Roadblock. Block Slide from CCLP2, level 123. And I have to say, I love this concept. It's a really neat idea. And if you know the layout of Block Slide, it's even better, just because you can kind of predict where the dead ends are. But you don't really need to know any of that. Like, I'm just kind of wandering around here, and I'm just vaguely remembering stuff. But I love the fact that if you do know where some things are in terms of dead ends, it makes the level slightly easier, but not, like, unfairly easy, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is basically a level where you have to go through and just collect stuff. Very simple concept. But what's interesting about this is that this was entered in a create competition that I also entered with this same layout. And my level wasn't actually ultimately judged at the end. It was a different one. The one I think I mentioned earlier called Chilled to the Bone, which was based on switch hits when we were playing False Cavern and all that. So the one I made for this layout was a level called Mini Challenges World Tour. And I was ultimately inspired by the fact that each of the sections here has a 3-tile wide length here, or width here, I guess. And I wanted to do something that was basically a tribute to mini challenges, you know, the Ida Robertson level from CCLP3. And so I made this level that basically stretched around the entire thing, and you had to solve all these puzzles. And I thought it was pretty decent, but at the end of the day, wait, is that an invisible wall? I guess it is. Okay. Rip-off Zoo. Okay, so this is basically a bunch of familiar ideas. So yeah, I built a bunch of puzzles. It was all right, but, you know, I felt like it was very linear at the end of the day, and, you know, maybe it could have been a little bit more interesting as far as the actual content of the puzzles went. So, ultimately, I didn't even include it in JBLP2. But, what I did do, that was fun, was I made a couple levels. Okay, I was wondering if this is like a Trust Me style thing, and it is. Okay. I made a couple levels that used the concepts from... am I supposed to do that? Okay, I'm assuming so. Tunnel clearance there, and this is drawn and quartered. I made a couple levels that used the concepts from this Mini Challenges World Tour level. So one of them was Beyond the Facades from Walls of CCLP1, and the other one was a level that I recently created in JBLP2 called All the Right Angles. And this is Bumper, apparently. Okay. I was a little worried about where I was going there, but thankfully it's nothing to be concerned about. So yeah, Beyond the Facades was this level where I took the layout of Facades from CCLP1 And boy, this looks kind of hard. What is this level of reference to? Part of the level of reference to? I'm kind of scared here. I really want to get that key. So do I put this here? I'm assuming so. I don't want to hit that thing. I'm going to assume that I just do this. What level is this? I have no idea what that was. So yeah, I took the layout of facades and I made this thing where you had to go to the outside of it. And, okay, hang on a sec. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I should have done that section first. Let's do that. So you go to the outside, and basically the outside is 3 tiles wide, and it actually worked out pretty well for... There goes my window going inactive. I did it again. I'm really bad at dodging. I'm so bad at dodging stuff. So the 3 tile wide section used up a lot of the challenges from this competition level. And there was one section, though, that I really liked that I couldn't really use just because it involved curving around the block slide layout a lot. So I eventually folded this into the beginning of all the right angles, which then I needed to create more stuff for. So then I ultimately decided, okay, maybe we can actually build more challenging stuff after that. So that's what I ended up doing, and I think the level turned out okay. This is flip side, most certainly. Okay, how do I get past this? This is a little hairy looking. Okay, good. Come on, go over. Nah! Come on. I had to get it over there because if I don't, then it's gonna... Okay, good. Okay, there we go. That is very tight. I don't know what to think about this. This is... Okay, I could do that too. Yeah, this might be a little tight for the flip side section. I did something similar in a level called Yesterday Once More, which was a kind of a medley level at the end of Walls of CCLP1 where I referenced various levels from the set. And flip side was one of them, and I feel like my thing there was also kind of tight, so I don't blame you for that one. Oh, you can go up there. Okay, that's... You've got to be kidding. Don't tell me that the balls up over here were responsible for that. I don't think that would be the case, though. Was I just slow? I don't know. Okay, this section's not that hard. I think the flip side section's actually the worst section. Once you see the pattern there, it's actually pretty simple. Okay, what is this? Okay, this looks like brush fire or something. Although I think it might be all about buttons, now that I think about it. Because it had that kind of diagonal fire pattern. So I think it's all about buttons. Okay, let's do that. I think that's the reliable method. Okay, yeah, if we could do that, you're pretty much set. Okay, so this section's really not that bad. You just need to catch the walker in that one spot. Okay, yeah, let's just do this. So, some good news today. I am... Whoops. I guess that's also... Why are there invisible walls there? Is there any reason for that? So I'm going to be getting the one of the COVID-19 vaccines today. So I don't know if I'm going to be, like, tired or something afterwards. And I just kind of wanted to record before going over just in case that ends up happening. So, you know, keeping my fingers crossed, but I'm glad I was able to secure an appointment. I joked around with a friend of mine. See, there we go. It was very fast returning back like that. That is really interesting. I was joking around with a friend of mine that it reminds me of that scene. Remember that Christmas movie called, what was it called? The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jingle All the Way. You know, where he was out looking for this, like, action figure toy around Christmas time. And for his son, to give to his son to help mend their relationship or whatever. And there was this scene in a mall where the toy is like in limited stock, and so the manager of this, or the salesman or whatever of in this mall, are basically like, we're gonna like give you a numbered ball, and you need to come back and line up in the order of the ball. And okay, that level was okay. I wasn't a big fan of some of the sections, but I do like what it was trying to do. In Rainbows, I think that's like a Radiohead album. Um, so yeah, there's a scene where they're giving out these balls and stuff, and then everyone is just clamoring for one around the store employees, and so they finally decide to give up, and they just throw all the balls in the air. The bucket of balls just flies straight up in the air. And there's this scene where they're just all trying to grab him, and it's just absolutely nuts and stuff. And wait, is that it? I can't even do anything in the middle there. That's literally all that there is in this level. Huh, okay. I'm not a particularly big fan of that one. I mean, I like the look of it, but the actual level part of it, I feel like could have been more fleshed out. Oh well. Ooh, we got a maze. I remember this one. This is like a water maze. Abyssal Badlands. So yeah, everybody goes crazy for these little rubber balls, and they're bouncing everywhere and stuff. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is competing with Sinbad for the toy and everything, and the chance to get one. And so they're in each other's face, and Arnold finally goes, I got it, and then Sinbad has like pepper spray, and he sprays him with it, and even though he has like another one or something like that, and then Arnold's like, he got two, and it's just everyone like tries to dogpile on Sinbad and everything. It reminded me of that, but except online. Okay, maybe that's not a very good comparison, but I was like, I feel like going on the internet and trying to reserve an appointment for this has been like getting a Turbo Man. It's in that vein right now, just because the supplies are very limited. So anyway, I've had a bunch of friends get one, and they haven't really had any issues. So I'm just hoping to cross it off the list and not die to fire like that. That was a very stupid death. So let's not do that anymore. Anyway, so yeah, I figured I'd get all the recording done. The other reason why I want to get the recording done right now is because, well, I want to eventually get a new mic. That's something that I've had on the to-do list for a little while now. But my mic that I currently use, it's the only mic I have, so I have to take it to work during like Monday through Thursday when I'm in the office. On Friday I work from home, so that is kind of nice to be able to come back, and then at night I can then record stuff. But because I take the mic to work on Monday through Thursday, and it's like kind of a pain to pack everything up and take it back home and then take it back to the office, it's kind of like, I feel like recording on the weekends is sort of a nice schedule as just far as pumping out content. I don't have to do it every day. It's especially nice because I don't have to, I don't know why I'm trying to touch every blue wall. I feel like that's just one of those things that I'm compelled to do. Like, I really want to touch that one on the outside that I can't get to there. But yeah, wait, do I go around? How do I get down there? Oh, here. I do go around. It's this way. That's a really nicely designed path there that kind of has to go out a bit. So yeah, it's not like when we were doing CC2LP1 voting and I was having to record like 3-hour videos at a time to keep the kind of breakdown of all the voting packs. For anyone who's wondering, I am not going to be doing that for CCLP5 voting whenever that happens, for 2 reasons. One of them is that I'm going to be on the CCLP5 staff, and I feel like that would be kind of irresponsible to do that. But even more than that, even if I weren't on the staff, after what I don't want to say what happened, like something happened, but after CC2LP1 voting, I feel like my videos kind of influence the voting according to some people, and I don't really want people to feel like they have to vote the way I vote. So yeah, I'm just not really about that. So I'm just kind of like, I don't mind sharing my thoughts on some things if people ask, but as far as the ratings go and stuff, on camera, like as far as what all my ratings are. I prefer to kind of keep that a little closer to the vest. So I'm going to hit all these just because I can. Now I can do this. Hopefully I won't miss any of these. I like how some of them are real and some of them are fake. And yeah, I don't mind like saying, hey, I really liked this one, or maybe I disliked this one for these specific reasons if the subject ever comes up. But like, when you reveal your ratings to everybody, I feel like that kind of, I don't know, that just kind of sets that up for like a bunch of different comparisons and stuff that I don't really want to create. So that was a decent level. Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of mazes that are just kind of like the plain maze like that. So, but I like the way that one felt. It was decent at least. All right, a very strange machine. So I'm assuming that some of these actually clone blocks because, and I haven't even solved this one before. So yeah, some of them clone blocks. So it's kind of like a maze. In fact, you could say it's kind of like a strange maze. It's even in slot 57, which is kind of neat. So yeah, I'm just going around getting chips. I don't know if this is the walls of anything in particular. I'm not recognizing anything around here. I don't think it is. Speaking of which, I made a funny discovery today. I was looking at a set that included an older level from JoshL6, I believe it was, called Traps of Creativity. And, what does this say? Very strange level 2. Yeah, I suppose it is. And, the funny thing about it was that I recognized, like, parts of the wall pattern. And it was the exact same, or almost the exact same pattern from, what is it? Boiled in Blood from CC2LP1, which Josh created. And I was just like, wow, I had no idea that that was a walls up level. I thought that was an original pattern. That was very well hidden. I mean, it was modified heavily, but still, it looked so original that he had me fooled. And apparently he didn't even remember using it when I posted about it on the Discord, so. Alright, so this is Tropical Hibiscus, which is a level that made it into CCLP4, so I'm not terribly worried about this one. We've played it before. Pretty simple. I actually got the bold time on this version of it. Okay, I remember this part was a little tricky, but not, like, excessively so. There's the secret hint there. Okay, I almost died there, but thankfully not. Okay, so I need it to hold that down. Okay, that's what that's all about. Okay, that's easy enough. Then I can go over here, do that, come back around. In Lynx, that would have been a cook there if I had gone into the force floor. So yeah, this is based on the walls of Twisted Chambers, which is a level I created in CCLP3. It's interesting because this wall pattern has actually been used a lot. Like, Josh used it for another level called Tank Game Reborn. And, of course, Jeffrey used it in Walls of CCLP4 because this made it into CCLP4 for his level Duplicity. Or Duplicity. Alright, so that's that. Still a fun level. And now we're moving on to Enterprise. Okay. Once you obtain footwear in one section, you must finish up said section before moving on to the other. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm liking the look of this. I remember this vaguely, and based on what the hint said, I'm assuming that there's not really any traps in each section. It's more, you just need to be very careful about finishing one before moving on to the other. I don't really see a way around that, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, we're going to have to spin around. Whoops, I forgot to get off there. I'm going to assume that that's correct. Oh, I couldn't have gotten off there. Okay, that's good to know. I like this this setup here. This is a very interesting block pushing setup. I'm not a fan of like how tedious it is though. I mean, I know you can get off at more places than that, but than just the beginning area, but yeah. Okay, that helps save time. How do I get that? Where? Hang on a sec. Before I do anything more, I just want to see. Oh wait, I have the fire boots. Never mind. For some reason, I thought I didn't even have fire boots, and now I feel like an idiot. Okay, so we do this. I see an opportunity there to blow that up, and then I can go over here to blow this up, I guess. So I actually think I have to use this on this side because I can't push that over there. And then this one can go over this way. And then let's just spin around and get both blocks taken care of. That's really clever. I do like that. This kind of reminds me a little bit, the ice and force floor thing reminds me a little bit of Loop Around from the original game. A little bit. Maybe not completely, but sort of. Alright, let's just go ahead and get that. I'm going to assume that we need to push a block there in order to get that, so I'm not going to really sweat that right now. Okay, I need to get that yellow key. That yellow key I need to start the process. Or the process, depending on where you're from, I guess. Let's not use any of those. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Clay Tunnel, not gonna lie. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, that's a little precarious. So, do I just do this? Question mark? Where do I get a blue key? I get it from there. So, hang on a sec. I'm going to assume that I need to do this right now because that creates the loop that's probably necessary for... So what is this block even for? Is it for there? I'm going to assume it's for there. That almost has to be the case at this point. Oh wait, I can just turn it around here. I don't even have to do that. Okay, and I can even turn this one around here. Okay, this actually ended up being a lot easier than I was expecting. Man, we're way behind the bold time pace that I had set for this one. That was fun, though. I really liked that one. I don't know if I would say it's one of my favorites, but I do like the kind of classic feel of it. It reminds me a lot of CC1. Okay, so we're on Pachi Yesu, which is an anagram of Chip Suey. Don't press this button until every chip is collected. Okay. So yeah, this is one of the walls of CCLP1 levels in this set, and of course this is based on Chip Suey, which is a very interesting layout, I have to confess. It's one of those ones that I kind of wish I used better. I kind of just used it for a very generic variety level. And this level, in my opinion, is better. Like, I think this one, if I remember this correctly, this one has more to offer. It just has some really interesting stuff going on. We'll open up that path. I'm assuming we get like a boot here or something. Or maybe, yeah, we get fire boots. Okay. Is that block like concealing stuff? Is there like a toggle button under that? Let's see. There is. Okay. Okay, I really like the way this all comes together. I feel like one thing I'm really bad at right now is making good variety levels. Like, I feel like I'm actually better these days at making the more singular concept levels than variety levels, which is really strange. Because I feel like back in the day I would have been more of a singular concept hater, so to speak. But I really like the way this works. Like, Josh has a knack for putting together, like, pallets of tiles and making mazes out of them like this, and I think that's really cool. I'm going to make the assumption that I don't collect any of this stuff over here until the end. So, let's run with it for now, and hopefully we're not wrong. Okay, this is slightly precarious, but not really. Let's save that. Go over here, and we've got ourselves a puzzle. Ooh, our forte. If anyone knows what game I'm referencing there, you get a point. Okay, I'm a little nervous about whatever this is. Do I need to blow that up? Okay, with that, I'm hoping that's correct. I don't know. Okay, there's 4 of these. Okay, I'm going to assume the answer is yes. And that this is just a... Wait. Oh no. Oh no. I can't actually do anything with that. Wait, then how do I even blow that? Huh? I can't carry boots in here. Uh-oh. So wait a minute. I can't get a monster to this, right? Oh, I had to have gone in and then come back out. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. Okay. Well, the good news is we know how to do this now, so let's just coast on through and then we can get back. I really like this section. Like, in my level, it's called School of Hard Knocks, by the way. I made this into kind of like a boot swapping room, sort of, I guess. It was okay. It's not really anything to write home about. I like what Josh did here a lot better, actually. Okay, let's go back. Wait for this. Take a swig of sparkling water while we're at it. Get my throat hydrated. And then we should go on to here. Okay. So this section is really simple. Just need to go here. I used this room for like a Thief You've Taken All That Was Me boot puzzle where you had to like figure out the path to take through the recessed walls. I don't think I liked my idea or my take on it nearly as much as what Tyler did in the actual Thief You've Taken All That Was Me. So, yeah, it was okay. Like I said, I'm just not very proud of that level. I think it's okay. Okay, let's try to get them all in a row here. See, that's nice. Wait for that. Okay. Okay, now we can do this. I like the way that works out. It's really neat. Okay, we go on to the socket area. Okay, how many do we need? 4? 4. So this is where the tanks were in the original Chip Suey. What does Josh have here? It's a it's a block puzzle. So I'm gonna need to make sure. I think I see the way you do this. Just make sure we do these first. And exit. That was really fun. I love that a lot. Next time we're going to move on to Sheer Mountain Range. So hope you all enjoyed yourselves today. I know I did. And I will catch you on the next one. So take care and I will see you next time.